Afternoon.
Afternoon. You were in the big squares. We need to go in the little squares.
There we go.
The little squares. Landscape spectacular. That's the one. Where's our little banner? Where's our little banner underneath? Where's the banner?
It's coming.
Honestly, Mark, I just can't get this stuff nowadays. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Happy lunchtime, everyone. It's super noisy.
If you keep having a go at me, I might just mute you.
I'll be walking along chatting away and like you're just muting me and I have no idea. You're like, oh, isn't this pleasurable and delightful? Just watching things like that. Having to hear his southern drone go on in the background. But I'm having to shout a little bit. Hopefully it's a bit clear because the Bluetooth thing with the microphone should be, I know it's a bit spotty on occasion, but here I am. I've just crossed the boundary, the border. Well, I haven't really. I'm still in Kingston, but it's a bit funny with the borders. Just to the left of me is Carworth, and then it's the Hogsmill. And I thought I'd just start off with the A3 because I wanted to have the juxtaposition of the green space that I'm about to go into and the noise, the industrious nature, the tarmac, the concrete, the I guess it's the pollution from the vehicles really, and just that element, and then go to green space, the difference of nature, the quietness, and the animal bird song, and it's quite prevalent. So this is the A3. I'm facing the cars that are going south away from London. The cars are going up into London. It's super busy. It's super busy. I mean, it's such a difference between now and lockdown 1 in terms of it all. I know that people are still going about their business, but just crazy. So have we got people with us? Are they commenting, Mark?
Oh, we're commenting. There must be something in the air today about people and catching the wrong button or clicking the wrong screen. Hello, Danny, and everyone else.
Danny in the house. Hello, everyone.
I mean, of course, the traditional multi-speller is there.
Hello. I think that says hello in English.
Does. Yeah, the usual crowd are in. Dave Selby, Williams, Nicky Jones, Laura Bird. Carrie Ann says good evening.
Yep, good evening, Carrie Ann. Super duper. All right, put that little banner off for us, mate, and then I'll start. So this could be a little bit funny for you guys. So Hogsmill, Valley Walk, London Loop, Thames Down Link. Right, this is where it may get a bit interesting. But the Thames Down Link, I've pointed out a few times in previous walks. Let's go in. Oh, and by the way, the best running club in Surrey, 6.2, does go for runs, has been for runs in the summertime along here. Okay. Oh, goodness. Look at this. Right. So there is massive danger in me going over right now. So if people want to have a giggle, want to laugh, cross your fingers.
Okay, here we go.
Do you know what? I'm going to give you a bit of an insight. I've already tried and tested this a little while ago, and I didn't come off very well.
Oh dear.
Actually, my shoe got sucked off, and the bottom of my sock is actually caked in mud.
There's just too much to say at that. There's too much.
Yep. So I am going to tiptoe. I'm going to tippy-toe, and I'm going to slip and slide. I'm going to aim for the bin for purchase purposes. And so I may just have to give it up and just go through the centre and hope and pray. But this is going to improve. I promise you this improves mud-wise. I do get a better grip, but this is so churned up. And I may need to navigate back and forth because this is a lovely little green space tucked away. It's a little green corridor between housing and, like I say, the A3 cuts it off a little bit. But there you go. Just how many yards away am I from where I just walked off? It just hopefully you can hear gets a little quieter. Oh yes, Dave Selby Williams, absolutely. But that's the difference. Just a few yards in, and then hopefully you'll be able to hear.
Yeah.
You get the bird song?
We were just going to say, can hear the birds.
And this is why these green corridors are so essential, that we don't lose them, that they are protected. It's a shame that they are so built up and around. I mean, I'm a futurist, as you know. I'm a big believer that electric vehicles and the reduction of car lanes and petrol vehicles is something that needs to be got rid of. And I mean, it's only a modern thing, the motor vehicle in the past 100 years or so, really the rise of them, and hopefully it will go down and change. In 100 years, if we're able to be so lucky to go forward, that they would be reduced, and things would things like that will go away. You can just hear that. You just hear that ambient hum of car noise in the background,
You
and
can.
it's just.
Do you know what's so weird about it? Is sorry to interrupt. Is that the noise of the cars is pretty constant, but you're speaking. There is the occasional little blip, like we had with me over the other day in Preston Park, which is par for the course. Just before anybody comments, but it's just really weird that is remained consistent.
Yeah, I'm sliding. So. Yeah, for me, it's obviously me opining about things, but it's this whole why we feel so busy in life. It's just that even if you may not be aware of it, subconsciously there is this hum of noise in the background, and we noticed it in the lockdown one when it stopped. There were so few cars around. We just managed to stop, breathe, take it in, and we felt a little bit more at one. We enjoyed it in the first few weeks because it was just actually we paused. We're having a break from the rush that is life, not having to get up and commute back and forth every day. I know that thing's changed too, but it's about trying to, we need to naturally reconnect. I'm very hippie-ish again now, but we need to reconnect with it all. And I think we've allowed ourselves to forget where our base instincts lie. And just coming into these green spaces just allows you to do that. Get a breather, go for a walk. Right.
Do you remember when we had the first lockdown, there was all this talk about returning to normal and why we shouldn't return to what was normal before?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're taking on with the positives, but I think that's. I mean, that was just hyperbole, rhetoric, and I think a lot of people, disingenuous. I think a lot of people didn't really mean it. They like the idea, but I think the commercial arm of our lives will soon put paid to that. I mean, it's the minute we all go back to normal things, we'll all go back to flying and then holidaying and traveling, and I'm part of that too. I recognise that, certainly in terms of tourism on the parkrun side of things. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Nice to hear the birdies. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Anita? I mean, just having that hugely loud decibel hum of cars and vans and trucks go past. But now I'm in the Hogsmill Nature Trail. So there's a little sign just up here.
Okay.
I won't keep you long, guys, anyway. Probably about 25, 30 minutes, hopefully. It's going to do a direct line down this green corridor of space that's very nearby to where I live, actually. Been down here a few times.
Just take Nicola's comment away there.
Oh, what was Nicola's comment? Sorry.
It was just to say, no, it's fine. It's just to say she can hear the birds and it's much better than the A3. So.
Oh, yeah, hugely. Stag beetles and deadwoods. Remember I asked you about the stag beetles and deadwoods at Horton Country Park? So they've got some stuff in here. I mean, I think we need to give more space back to wildlife. So there's a bunch of wildlife signs along here. There's, I think, wooden carved animals are coming up. I know there's a squirrel for one. I'm really having to tippy-toe my way so I don't fall. Oh, Linda, Norman. Hello, Mark and Danny. So please, why do I read my mum's name out? Just change your name on Facebook to Mum. That'll make it easier for me. So please, it's a nice dry day. Yes, it is. It's dry in the air. It's certainly not dry underfoot. So here we go. Hogsmill Valley Walk from the A3 to the railway bridge. So I'm going toward Malden Manor railway station. That's the direction that I'm going. It's a bit dirty, this sign, as to be expected, but meadow brown butterflies, hawthorns. Okay, look, so this is interesting. And to the right of me is the Hogsmill River again. There were foxes playing nearby, screeching at each other. There's about 3 of them running around out in the daytime earlier on. So that's quite nice. I do like my foxes. Apart from ones that, so bread trucks out bread for the birdies, and we came out this morning to find one of them decided to take a poo on a slice of the bread, and I've never understood why foxes do that. Now, I'm assuming it wasn't Bev who pooed on the piece of bread, and it certainly wasn't me who pooed on the bread, and it wasn't a cat poo. But foxes do that. You find that I think it's on litter picking at Service and Juniors. You'll go over and you'll find like a poo on a carrier bag or something, and they just randomly poo on things. But they pooed on the bread, and I'm thinking, is that protest? Is this wasn't meat for you or something? I don't know.
Maybe they thought the birds might like a poo sandwich. I don't know.
Maybe so. Well, slugs and snails will certainly go at it. That's Itchy Valley grade mud, that is, says Alan Roos. Absolutely. So nature trails, once again, I'm a big fan of these things. Look out for these that you ordinarily would perhaps run by, walk past. There are so many trails around the country that have these things. I've mentioned slowways before. There's a big rise, I think, has been kicked off from lockdown one, a silver lining that people have been hyper aware of the local green spaces, pathways, byways, public bridleways, that they're now going to be using them more and protecting them more, investing time and energies into a little bit like Park Run with the parks and green spaces that you may have nearly went over.
Whoa.
Right.
I don't know if you heard that, but you there was the biggest sharp that intake of breath from me. I realised what was happening then.
I've decided to do a Blair Witch and going through the woods. Right. So there we go. I've decided to go around. I'm going through a nicer, safer space. There's another big section. There's two sections to this actually. You can go left or right. I probably went the stupid way. They've had, I think they built scouts things here. You can see the remnants of wood. They've done little barbecue things in the past. They come and do a little sort of, I think, scout stuff, whatever it is they do. And right, so I'm gonna go. I know I'll end up just taking myself in mud if I stay there. Right. Callum Barrel, all of this talk about someone's having lunch. It's a natural feature, Callum. It's a natural feature. We all do it. You can do it. The Queen does it. I do it. Women, well, ladies, they say they don't do it. They don't guff either. No guffing from women. No booze. They just smell roses all the time. Isn't that true, women? Women who are watching. Yes.
I'm sure we'll find out.
They'll all agree in a minute. They're ladies. They don't do such things. It looks proper ace. Would be great for a running sport. It's bringing us with you. Yeah, I mean, this is, I guess, an underutilized green space. I mean, dog walkers, funny enough, they know it. We've got a couple with us right now. And we've run through it as a club. But they're everywhere. These little green corridors. I mean, respect to the UK. I know we're super compact residence-wise, but we also do have a large amount of green spaces. There is a lot of greenery, and a lot of people do look after it in many different places. Just make sure that we use it and protect it. Right. This is better. Sorry, yes, looks better, does it? Underfoot.
Yeah. Oh, it's much better. Yep. The chat is going either down. I think I'll let you read this before you say it, just in case you say this wrong, from Gemma Marie Bennett.
No foxes given by the foxes. Yeah, they were screeching, and I went, "Wait, stop! You fighting?" And they looked at me, and they didn't give any foxes. No, they didn't. They gave no fox. I've avoided. Look, I've avoided this slidey mud. Another nature trail sign over there. Actually, you know what? I've just gone out of the frying pan and gone back into the fire now. Sod it. I'm going to do it. Let's go. I can find this. This is why I hate cross country. No, that's not true. I mean, I'm not a big fan of cross country because at the moment they're having big arguments about gender equality. And I'm on the side of equalising things. And I know that the old school are pushing back. And I've never been a fan of the elitism and snobbery and arrogance and pomposity of the cross country world. Personally, that's my feeling. Combined with getting wet and muddy. No, thanks. Oh, it toughens you up. Really? Go into a boxing ring with a boxer and say, I'm tougher than you because I do cross country. I don't think it'd last very long. Right. Emma Shaw, for anyone who has never done a cross country race, this is what they're like. Think about, yep, absolutely, Emma. Do you know what? Very good example. This is cross country terrain. So, I mean, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. There's times when I've been wet and muddy. I just think there's a lack of facilities afterwards. I get very frustrated with having to muck around with laundry. My socks just got covered in mud earlier with my trainer being soaked off, and I'm okay with it. I can cope with it. It's just a hassle. I don't like having to muck around with all the carrier bags. Often you're in the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere, and no toilets. And in 1983, we always did it this way. Good for you. Things changed, times have changed.
Oh, right. Then there's another sign coming up.
There is. So we've got people who put the swing here. The river's obviously a little bit runoff and brown because it has been raining. Oh, squirrel over there. This is what bird is that?
That's beautiful, isn't it?
What bird is that? I'm going to guess. I was going to say first. It's not a bird of prey. I think the sign might tell us. It doesn't actually say on it. Let's have a look. Kingfishers, it might be a kingfisher actually. This is kingfishers and water voles. So yeah, we've got kingfishers and water voles along here too. Again, if you just stop for a second, you still hear that car hum. I can still hear the car hum. Again, just such a difference between the road and here, and the squirrel running up the tree, which is always nice to see. I was going to aim for 6, I think it's a 6-acre field. It's not very far away, and I can finish that. Oh, what happened there? Go, or you go?
Sorry, that was my. Do you know what was so annoying about that? You're in the middle of nowhere. I'm at home. My internet went.
Oh, your
Apologies,
internet
everyone.
went. So okay, no worries. Sorry, what was I saying? I was conversing about. I was going to go to 6-acre field, which is just a short walk away. So bear with us, and then we'll tie it all up. Shouldn't take me very long to get there. So yeah, Thames Down Link, more signs, Hogsmill Valley Walk, lots of mud, but just this. Do you know what? This peace, even though I'm nattering on, it's peaceful. He says as he slops his way through mud. It's peaceful.
We can hear it.
Splish, a splash, splish, a splash. I might put my trainers in the washing machine. Do people put the trainers in the washing machine? I don't want to just leave it dry. People say put it in a pillowcase and wash it. That's the convention, right?
Yep. I just chuck them in.
Yeah, I might do that. Okay.
So it's so quiet. What was the building that's over to your left? You know, or is it an estate, or it's just that there's no noise at all from over there? It looks like a school. Is it?
School, I believe. I can see. I don't know for sure, but I would definitely assume it's a school. And also, they have football pitch and football goals out there. It's very much looking like a school. If I just rack my brain, it is. I think it's Richard Challoner School. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, again, I might be wrong. Don't hold me to that, but yeah, it's a school. Yeah, well, I don't know why I didn't realise. Again, some people, they're playing Pokemons. There's 3 of them all tapping away on the phones, playing the pokies. There's another little sign over there. Shall we go and see what that sign says? Let's quickly go and see. They better not kick me out of a gym nearby, otherwise I'm going to get them back. Let's have a peek. Actually, it's all right if they go past, because I can go back and get it. Karen de Salvo, 6-acre fields. That must be near where Winnie the Pooh lives. There's so many places named after that sort of thing. Tawny owl, bats, temporary sign. It says tawny owl and bats. Right, let's take you down. And then there's an interesting crossway. We have a council estate sort of to the left near the school. And then there's a playground, but there's a mosaic coming out. There's a lovely mosaic on its way. I want to show. Just breathe, Danny. Let's just breathe. Let's see if there's any other comments that I was just going to say.
There's some agreement with you with your thoughts on the cross country episode that's going back and forward.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody will agree, and I appreciate that, and I respect their opinions. I know they've got. There's a bit of a debate going on. Jamie Circum, here, Danny, there's a lot of we have always done it this way, why should we change in cross-country athletics? I do find it interesting that if they invested in as much energy as pushing back on change as they did about looking to actually consider change and include, they'd find that they would succeed, because there's always a complaint that, parkrun's coming on ruining things, people are getting fatter and lazier. And again, it's elitism and snobbery. They don't do cross-country, everybody's weak. You're denigrating. You're putting people down. Again, the elitism, you're thinking, how about you encourage, invest your energies that way, be nicer, don't be dismissive, don't judge, and people will come to you. And then adapt to modernity. Don't split women and men. Don't make it inconvenient. That's the thing. People won't do things if you don't encourage them, if it's not convenient. And this is why other things succeed. And of course, rather than go, do you know what, it's not us, it's everybody else who's causing the issue. No. No. If you accept that you could change and make developments and change, then people will come towards you. You lead by example. That's just my opinion. This is why parkrun is a success that it is. It's not catering for lazy people. It's the way it tries to include people and understand where people come from, rather than say, no, we're not adapting, we're not considering things. Anyway, wooden snail, and there's a lovely little wooden made out of archway. Someone's put a bird feeder on there, which is lovely. Another lovely little touch.
Nice. Have you been there? I mean, I know you've been running with when you've done with 26.2. Have you been through there in the summer? Does that grow over, or is it just?
I think it just stays as it is, actually.
Is it?
I've been here because there's 3 poker gyms. So I've been here in the past.
Yeah.
There's 3 poker gyms right on this where I'm standing right now. Malden, Manor, Hogsmill, Nature Trail. I'm gold in them all, so I don't need to come back here anymore, apart from today. But again, lovely little signs. Look, thank you to you all. Enjoy the magic for keeping our special place looking good. Little touches like that. There are deer, of course, roe deer. You can find roe deer, mentioned in the past, that they use these corridors to travel around a bit. A little bridge just here, playground for peeps, just over there. Knollmead playground, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I just read the sign. But we're coming up to the mosaic. Now, so Malden Manor is up toward the left, up that way in the train station. So many fantastic places around where you are, Danny. Love to see them virtually every day. I expect there are loads near you as well, Helen. I mean, there are everywhere. I'm granted that it's more compact because of where I am residentially. If you're in a small village, then you just have lots of greenery and space. There's lots of little items because there's more people moving around. So I'm going to have a look at the river to see what's flowing.
Oh, that looks a little. Be careful there.
Hey, well, look at that. There's a swing. That's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Should I have a go? Should I have a go and have a swing and see if I can stay in? I know I'd go.
I was going to. Is your gimbal waterproof?
Nope, no, there's my phone. Actually, the gimbal's quite sturdy. I expect it's water resistant, but yeah, I would be swept away. I'd end up down back in Kingston if I went on that right now. I'd go all the way. Blah! Here we go. So here is the mosaic coming under the railway bridge. So this railway line that goes into Tarworth, Chessington South, North and Chessington South.
Oh,
so
I did wonder.
Malden Manor, you will have been on this through here, Mark, on the train at some point, and I'm going underneath it. So here's the mosaic. There's obviously some lovely graffiti that really fits in with the theme. Archway.
Oh yeah. The tone of the chats, by the way.
Get on the swing. No, I'm not.
I was just going to say we seem to have a bunch of swingers because everybody is saying it, and Dave Selby Williams is curious. But
like swinging. Oh, you smutty lot, honestly. But yeah, lovely mosaic. Obviously, sadly ruined by knobheads with pens and graffiti cans. But other than that, lovely, nice. And then another little archway of trees coming through. Now, I believe 6 Acre Field is just to the right. I'll take you in there. Now, I'm not as familiar with the 6 Acre Field, but I do know it's got points of interest. So I have to make my way through here gently once again. Looks pokey subtastic. Yes, it is, Steve. There is, and someone's been very busy adding stops along the way. All like the little wooden carvings, the wildlife signs, the mosaics, the playground, everything. Yeah, there's a lot. So if you ever wanted a community day walk sometime, the London Loop signs, and this is definitely a place to consider. Right, here we go. Up here, trying not to fall over. Just this bridge up here. Sorry, I'm not even looking at the screen now. I'm having to look where I'm placing my foot.
That's fine. I'll read you the comment. It's from Anthony Howe. He says, after last week, my Alexa shouted, "Go on that swing, Danny."
Very good.
You know what you need to do in return, though, don't you?
Well, Anthony's got an Alexa, right? Is he playing this out loud on his TV?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
Alexa, play Baby Shark. Thanks very much. Here we go. Oh, there's crows going off, which means that they're annoyed and aggravated with something. Can you hear that? I'll just stop.
We could just about in the distance. Yeah, we could hear them.
And magpies, which means they're probably mobbing something or they're being pestered by something. Probably may see a fox. Tawny owls and bats once again.
Yeah.
Wildlife spotting tip: look out for bats on warm summer evenings at dusk. There's a drawing of Bat by Owen. Very good.
Very good bat.
Oh, and I missed Owl by Brissa. There you go. Right. And then there's an owl. Look, there's another owl. And a little wooden one. There you
Beautiful.
go. Oh, lovely one.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Yep.
I
Very
lost the
photogenic.
signal when we had the last one, so I never did find out what type of bird it was.
I think it was a king. I don't know.
Kingfisher.
Well, kingfishers have longer beaks, so it wouldn't have been. I just think it may have been like a smaller bird, maybe like a sparrow or a starling or something. Here we go. So I'm crossing the bridge. St John the Baptist Church, which is just up the hill, but I won't go up there. I don't need to do that.
No.
But I'm over the river now, and now into this 6-acre field. I'm not going to do all the acres, obviously. And again, more signs. Lots more signs detailing things, but very peaceful, apart from those crows going off on one. There's a runoff. So go ahead.
Claire Allison's Alexa started flashing, but then Craigie Lee Patterson's come in. She says her Alexa ignored you. It has good taste.
That hurts, That hurts, Craigie Lee. That hurts. Here I am trying to make sure that you feel connected and entertained, and you say that, it breaks my heart. Right, but there's a little water runoff, and then it obviously into the river, and off it goes, and into the Kingstons, after the Kingstons, and then So now I'll just wait a second so I don't follow the guy immediately and make him feel a little creeped out.
He looks like he's well prepared. He looks like he's got wellies on.
Yeah, I don't have wellies. So that's maybe a bit of a mistake on my part. No, I do need to get some wellies. Oak trees and woodpeckers. See, woodpeckers here too. Woodpeckers, I love hearing the sound of woodpeckers. Bushy has them, if I'm not mistaken, as well. I've been in Richmond Park and you hear the owls at night, and it's nice. It's nice. I know Tony Aldenshaw, people who listen to Marathon Talk or watch Emmerdale, then he's a big bird spotter, loves his bird sounds. And just a reminder, I think it's a week on Saturday and Sunday that the big RSPB Big Bird Watch is coming. Thanks, guys. This is cheering me up. I'm not having a good week. I'm not feeling my usual cheeky self. I know how you feel. Gemma. 17 days into a lot this tier 5 pseudo alleged lockdown, which doesn't seem to be abating in terms of cases and deaths and everything, and everyone's scratching their head because you go, well, I'm wearing masks and I'm distancing, so what's happening, and is this a remnant from Christmas? And but keep positive. Spring and summer is on its way. Vaccinations are coming. I won't go too deeply into the vaccinations thing because I'm a bit annoyed about seeing the article earlier that they've done a £350 million contract that's gone to a Tory donor rather than leaving it in the hands of the NHS, the doctors, the GP surgeries, the pharmacists that are waiting and ready to go, who are super skilled at this sort of thing, like with the flu jabs, and they've gone, let's see if we can tender out the money to a company that then needs to potentially train staff. And you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, Ollie Hart, who's often referred to with Parkrun people up in Sheffield, does a lot of the stuff up that way. Lovely Ollie, I've met him at Grays Parkrun. Is frustrated. He said, why are the vaccinations drying up? They'd been going through their people really quickly. And he actually did the link. He said, what's happening? Why is there a slowdown on the vaccinations? And it's hard not to be cynical. You're like, please don't bodge this, government. Please don't bodge it up. But we don't have faith anymore. Right. Stay upright. See you, Kerry. Thanks for joining us for 30 minutes. I'm going to go up to that sign and then I'm going to finish.
Sorry, the old StreamYard of the message is moving then. Yeah. So
no worries. It's busyness. But thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm nearly done. 30 minutes is more than enough. We've been going on for just coming up to that amount. Carrie DeSalvo, I spent a lot of time bird watching, learning about new species about here when I first moved. Now I unfortunately have a job and have to be a grown up. Never grow up. Never do it. No. Oh, I know what I'm going to finish on. It's a very lovely wood carving.
Hopefully you're not going to finish on your backside.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I knew what you were going to say. Yeah, so it's a bit splooshy. Now I'm going to finish upright. Thanks very much. Deer and other mammals, which of course will allude to what's coming up. Muntjac, muntjaks, were deer, muntjaks, hedgehogs, badgers, lovely muntjac, which are, again, like squirrel, or in theory, a lot of animals we have are invasive to a point, like the ringneck parakeets and so on. Muntjaks are not natural to here, but they're lovely little deers. Hedgehogs, badgers, again, hedgehog numbers are going down, unfortunately. The rise in the motor vehicle doesn't help. No. Loving it. Thank you, guys. You're welcome, Craig. And no, do not go over, Danny. Speaking to myself. Right, I'm going to tie it up by finishing on this.
I was gonna
If
say
you ever... Go ahead, what are you going to say?
I was just saying what it was, and
deer.
deer.
I assume it's a roe deer, not a muntjac deer. But the if you're ever this way, then obviously, if you ever want to go for a walk or a toddle, or if you live nearby, you've never been here, and worth coming when you can do so legally. Feel free. So yeah, keep it in mind. And then that's about it, because this is the little, I guess, 6-acre area. There's more signs over there, fundamentally the same. But yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for making me get out and about, go for a slip in and a slide in. Much appreciate. Another great walk and talk, but the time goes so quickly. Thanks, Danny and Mark. You're very welcome, Alan. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for engaging with us. It's much appreciated that you take your time out of the day to be with us in this sense. I'm sorry that I didn't fall over. I'm very sorry. Anyway, right.
No.
Thank you, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. I'll keep on looking out for other fantastic green spaces local to I until I can go further afield. But have a lovely day. Have a lovely lunchtime. Thank you, Mark.
Pleasure.
For doing what you're doing. It's much appreciated as always. Loved you all. Take care, everyone.
Bye
Bye
now.
from me. It's bye from me. Bye.
Bye.